Hey everyone, I'm Gabriela Fresquez and this is Long Beach Connect, the show that connects you to all the great news and events that are happening in our city. We're coming to you right here from the historic Wilmore City neighborhood. So let's get started. Let's talk about health. Some people dread the annual checkup, but there's no denying the benefits of taking care of ourselves. So how do you take care of an entire city? That's where public health comes in. Let's take a look at our first story to see just how the Long Beach Health Department is tackling that very question.
Long Beach Reimagined was the theme for this year's 5th Annual Public Health Week conference, which was attended by nearly 500 people who are directly engaged with making Long Beach a healthier place to live, work, and play.
The past definitions of health have been, well, if I'm not sick, then I must be well. And what we're focusing on is what does overall wellness look like? So that we're really engaging in making sure that we're mentally healthy and that we are out there and being active and that we overall have a sense of wellness within the community.
Throughout the day, participants had the opportunity to learn from each other and discover how the ongoing partnerships and collaborations between the health department and its numerous community and business partners are resulting in new, dynamic, and creative approaches to healthcare delivery here in Long Beach.
We shared today that we've taken on, something like 10 new programs in the last 14 months.
One of these programs was the establishment of the city's Office of Equity. This new function is critical as the social determinants of health play a critical role in planning, service delivery, and measuring of outcomes for all city departments.
Well, when we think about health and we think about all what we call the social determinants of health, so there's so many different aspects in a community that impact someone's health. And so we've been marrying economics and education and mental health and substance use and planning and public works, and all of those spaces are coming together now in what it takes to actually create a healthy community and create places for people to be healthy.
In addition to the 2 keynote speakers, there were 12 different breakout sessions. Presentations by Dr. Albert Monero, president of Limitless Solutions, whose nonprofit in Central Florida designs bionic limbs, and of Rebecca D. Costa, a futurist whose weekly column, The Fix, is featured on Newsmax. For more information, please visit longbeach.gov/PHW.
The health department is working on a lot of projects, from cannabis education to healthy eating. Take a look at our next story to see how they work with community and state partners to improve the health of our youngest residents.
For many Long Beach school kids and their parents, the early morning rush to beat the school bell is part of the routine. But on this morning, these kids had an important reason to slow down.
We're out here today with our partners from Walk Long Beach, and we've been partnering with Long Beach Unified School District, Long Beach Police Department, our Public Works Department to celebrate the 2nd annual Long Beach Walk to School Week.
With fun activities and vital information, Walk to School Week encourages students and families to leave their cars at home and walk to school.
We found that teaching kids and working with their parents to walk safely to school is a great way to get them in the habit.
Walk to School Day events raise awareness of the need to create safer routes for walking and bicycling and emphasize the basics of pedestrian safety.
It's very important that kids know, when to cross the streets, how to look both ways to make sure that the road is clear.
We need our parents to help. We need our parents to watch our kids walk back and forth across the street.
Walking and riding to school increase physical activity for kids and their families and help build stronger bonds between schools and the broader community, and much, much more.
Walking has so many benefits even beyond the physical activity. It allows for some quality time, sometimes the only quality time that folks get unplugged to walk and talk with their kids on their way to school, on their way home from school.
Discover more family health resources at longbeach.gov/health.
Getting to school is hard enough when you're 8 years old, but what about when you're 28? It's never too late to get a high school diploma. This next story is about how a Long Beach Public Library program supports adult learners all the way.
Career Online High School is a program that we sponsor here through the library. It is a free online program for adult students to return to school to complete their high school diploma.
I'm graduating, take my high school diploma and a career.
Sometimes I'll be up till like 2 a.m. just like putting in hours, getting the homework done. It was pretty tough. Yeah, it was worth it.
You know, even with my children, they were my guidance. So they open up like, hey, Mom, we can do this, we can conquer this, and go for your dream, that what you always wanted to do.
The Long Beach Public Library's free career online high school is for adults who live in Long Beach, have a library card, and are 19 or older. After a one-time in-person interview, online self-assessment, and a prerequisite course, students are paired with an academic coach to guide them through the 18-month program.
It is fully accredited. They can use this to go to college. It's a very flexible program. It's completely online.
I'm so very proud of each and every one of you this morning, but I want to let you know that this is not the end. This is just the beginning. I want to encourage you to continue to learn and to grow, and let the Long Beach Public Library be a part of that process.
It's so impressive for students to finish an online education, because it is a little emotional for me to see you up here in the front row and have your beautiful families and children sitting back there, and knowing that the next generation is going to be impacted because of your hard work, because of your leadership.
I have 2 little boys, and I'm the first one for my family and sisters to finish, so I just wanted to set my family as an example.
With this diploma, it accesses me to a whole new life. It gives me so many possibilities.
All right, graduates, it is now time to move your tassel from the right to the left.
This is ideal for someone with family, a full-time job, who just needs to accomplish that goal that they've set for themselves so long ago.
I would encourage them to try it if they don't have the time to go to a class, just to try the library.
Congratulations to the Long Beach Public Library Career Online High School graduating class of 2018. If you're ready to expand your career opportunities, re-enter the workforce, or continue your education, get started at lbpl.org.
A high school diploma is the first step to finding a job and a place to live. For residents who need a little more support, the Long Beach Housing Authority recently put out a call to local landlords. Check out this next story for the details.
The Long Beach Housing Authority wants to encourage area landlords to open their rental properties to Section 8 voucher holders. To introduce the new Homeless Incentive Program, or HIP, they recently hosted a workshop with all the details.
I'm hoping to take away from this event different incentives that are available to landlords, and also resources that I can use for those that I know that are currently homeless.
HIP is funded by the county and offers 3 financial incentives for landlords: a holding fee to keep a unit open while the Housing Authority refers homeless families, move-in assistance for security deposits, application fees, and other expenses, and damage claims to mitigate cost above and beyond the security deposit.
Having events, more events like this really helps. It kind of brings awareness to all the landlords, because there's a big thing that many landlords just don't want to rent it out to Section 8. There was that opinion, but slowly it's starting to change, because most of the housing authorities are willing to work with the landlords. So that's another reason.
This collaborative effort to provide additional resources for individuals and families experiencing homelessness is already having results.
The feeling when you give a key to someone who's been sleeping in their car for 6 weeks or months or living out of a hotel, that you change lives that way.
So far, more than 850 LA County Section 8 voucher holders have found housing through the HIP program. But there's still a need for more landlords to join the program. If you're a landlord or property owner who's interested in learning more about the new Homeless Incentive Program, contact the Housing Authority of the City of Long Beach at 562-570-6033.
On today's show, we've covered a few of the support services our city offers, but here's one more. Check out this next story to see how one member of the force helped change a local woman's life.
It's not every day a police officer is invited to the college graduation of an individual he has arrested numerous times. But this is exactly what happened in Long Beach on April 18th this year.
This is an announcement for her graduation. I wouldn't miss it before.
I became a product of my environment, drug infestation, a lot of drug use, and I became that, what I was surrounded around. But then, somewhere, somehow, Lieutenant Foster became a part of my life, and for some reason, he would always take me to jail.
My father at our dinner table would tell his stories of what he did as a police officer, and his theme was very consistent. Tough on crime, but kind to people.
I want to thank Lieutenant Foster for his respect and his compassion and the empathy that he showed to me.
We're in the business of helping people. And it's not often that we share the great news and the great stories that come out of the Long Beach Police Department and that come out of the city of Long Beach.
In January, the city launched the Justice Lab to provide new tools for first responders to divert residents in need out of the criminal justice system and toward much-needed resources, treatment, and care. After analyzing over 100,000 offenses during a 5-year time period, the I-Team determined that 85% of repeat offenses are not serious crimes, but rather misdemeanors.
Everybody has some history that's brought them to this point in their life. And whether they're directly asking for help or not, they clearly want help.
My hope is that this is the first of many stories that we uncover together about how the Justice Lab in the city of Long Beach is taking new approaches towards diverting individuals from the criminal justice system.
To come from down here to up here, it just makes me feel so special.
With that, all I can say is I'm very proud to be here to represent my department. I am a very small person in the big story here. The other 800 cops that are out there every day doing exactly what I do, I wish they could all be here. We all have those stories of success that we'd love to share with.
To find out more about the city's new Justice Lab, go to longbeach.gov.
We're going to stick with our first responders for this next story, a story that's become all too familiar. An active shooter on the loose and innocent lives on the line. Long Beach Connect got an inside look at what it takes to prepare for this worst-case scenario.
What you are seeing is not real. But for the Long Beach law enforcement personnel and firefighters involved in this staged active shooter exercise, realism was essential.
It's a sensory overload, and part of that process is to make sure that we can process through that and deal with that as we're going into a stressful scenario. So the realism of this incident, the realism of this training is essential to preparing our firefighters, our police officers to do the right thing when seconds count.
These exercises are necessary because in the event that there is an actual active shooter, you don't have time to actually find out who you need to communicate with or collaborate with. You really need to know who your stakeholders are, who your partners are.
Over the course of one day, 18 separate teams comprised of multiple emergency response agencies responded to a mock incident staged at the Carnival Cruise Terminal in Long Beach to practice the tactics and strategies necessary to handle an incident of this complexity.
It's kind of like the idea like why we wear a seatbelt when we get in a car. We don't expect to get in a car crash, but in law enforcement and in fire, public safety, we have to think ahead, and hopefully this never happens, but if it does, it can't be the first time we've worked together.
Both law enforcement officers and firefighters have received extensive training in dealing with a variety of different dangerous and volatile situations. However, Today's exercise was a unique opportunity to bring all these agencies together to quickly and systematically eliminate a threat and provide immediate life-saving interventions. Although everyone hopes that an event like this never happens here in Long Beach, it's valuable training like this that helps save lives when seconds matter.
And that's really what this is about. It's about building partnerships. It's about getting to know these people during a training exercise before the actual incident happens. And that's what makes us stronger, more prepared, and more resilient.
For more information about Long Beach's emergency response teams, visit longbeach.gov.
There are always great things happening all over our city. While this show, Long Beach Connects, is one way to stay informed, there are also many, many more. And here are just a few. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with more ways to keep you connected to Long Beach. I'm Gabriela Fresquez, and we'll see you next time.